Hello, and welcome back to the Blackbird's Pit. I hope you're having a great day, or evening, or night, wherever you are. As promised on the last video where we talked about Battlefront 2's Anakin Skywalker, Darth Maul, and Yoda. If you haven't watched that video, by the way, uh, then you're missing out on some content. So, if you want, you like what I do, check it out later. Anyway, on to the video. I promised to bring you content on the newest video game from CD Projekt Red, including the new CityWire that just came out today. So, this is Cyberpunk 2077, and because I never break a promise, especially to you guys, in this video, I now present to you Cyberpunk 2077 on a silver platter. It will be my pleasure to walk you through the new game. As you know, it has not been out for sale yet. We're still waiting till November the 19th. But wouldn't it be better to gain some knowledge about it early? So, I'd say yes to that. But first, if you want to be updated about the new video releases, you can hit the notification bell. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe if you like what I do. So, without any further ado, let's dive into the Cyberpunk 2077 world. Since the announcement of Cyberpunk in 2077 in May 2012, it has been the hype of the RPG world. Avid gamers say this is going to be one of the best out there, if not the best among them all. When the first trailer was released in January 2013, gamers became more excited to get a hold of Cyberpunk than ever. Oh, but of course, it still had to go through other development. So, we had to wait a little bit further. Longer, excuse me. Patience is a virtue, though, you know. How hype is the hype for this game? Well, back when its first trailer was released, it had already won the People's Choice for Best Animation in the FITC Awards, and it was nominated at the Golden Trailer Awards for the Best Video Game Trailer in the same year, of course, may I add. It was the same year also, it was confirmed that for Microsoft Windows, and come 2018, after confirming the game would be on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One at the Electronic Entertainment Expo, or E3, as you may know it. A second trailer was released, and what do you know? It won 3 more awards. Special commendation for graphics and special commendation for innovation from the Game Critics Awards, and also the most wanted game from the 2018 Joystick Awards. It was also nominated by Gamers' Choice Awards for most anticipated game, but sadly it didn't win. Still a travesty if you ask me. But let's continue talking about its rise to fame, and you'll get a broader idea of why everyone is so hyped about it. In 2019, the third teaser was released at the same event, E3, where the release date was initially announced to be April 16th, 2020. And of course, that was about 4 months ago. So it was delayed. Right, it was. Because it wasn't ready yet, and CD Projekt Red did not want to release it until it was ready. Again, the trailer won special commendation for graphics, and this time it finally won and took 2 of the most anticipated game awards from the 2019 Joystick Awards. It took 2 of them home, guys. and the Titanium Awards also. I believe that was one from the Titanium Awards. It was supposed to bring another trailer this year at the Expo, E3, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the event was canceled. However, CD Projekt Red cannot let our moods be spoiled, so they streamed the fourth trailer online, and of course, it earned another recognition for Outstanding Animated Character. In a commercial from the 18th Visual Effects Society Awards, I'm guessing more awards will come before the end of this year, though, so stay tuned for that. What's really the point of telling you all these recognitions? Well, most of these achievements that Cyberpunk 2077 gained proves that this game comes with a high quality visuals that are just about unmatched. And gamer to gamer, I know you'll agree with me when I tell you that aside from gameplay, graphics is one of the most important aspects of video games, especially when we're talking about RPGs or role-playing games, if you don't know what RPG is, but I'm pretty sure you know. Good graphics means better immersion. The more that a game has photorealistic graphics, the more that we feel it's the real thing, or at least attributed to that. And then while we play video games anyway, to escape the real world and to roll ourselves in some adventure, because it helps us get away, right? So, yeah, that's my assessment. And you can see what I mean in our sneak preview and trailers that will be actually, hopefully I'll get it right this time, and the link will be below. If not, you can check it out on their site, and it's already up now. The visuals that you're seeing now is actually from Night City Wired 2 that was done earlier today. So there you go. I think we had enough talking about Cyberpunk 2077's looks, though. So let's proceed to its gameplay. If we're to base from CD Projekt Red's credibility, then we can expect that Cyberpunk 2077 will amazingly deliver. Just look at how the Polish studio developed the famous Witcher, Wild Hunt, Witcher, of course, the whole series, if you really want to bring it up. The game is held by many as one of the most intuitive and one of the greatest RPGs ever made. It's nice to see CD Projekt Red is finally bringing out something else besides the Witcher video game series. Now, don't get me wrong. As I said earlier, The Witcher is commendable. But since 2007, CD Projekt Red has only been going around with the series of The Witcher. They had the original Witcher back in 2007, and then came Witcher 2, Assassin of Kings, and the adventure games Gwent, and of course, as I mentioned before, The Wild Hunt, and so on. Some players really love video games that go on and on, but on the gaming development side, where competition between company developers is tight, one of the measures of being an excellent game maker is being able to present different games with different stories and genres. It's about versatility and going out of comfort zones. That's why I myself was excited when I heard that CD Projekt Red is going to release Cyberpunk 2077, a futuristic game that is very much different from the Witcher series, that is set on high fantasy in an ancient time. Cyberpunk 2077 will take place in an open world and follows the journey of V, a mercenary described in the game as a hired gun on the rise in Night City. So, it will be a first person perspective with V. Like avatars in other video games, V's features are customizable, unlike other games. The extent to which this one is customizable is to be commended. Of course, you have the face, the hairstyle, the body type, the body modifications, backgrounds, clothing, you know, as well as the voice. You can opt for male or female, of course. Um, I could go on, but just a couple more. Aside from that, the character's skills and history are also customizable. So, after selecting the preset character or creating a custom one, the player then selects V's life path history. I've read these to you before, but I'll go over them again just in case someone hasn't heard them yet. So, the three that you can choose from are Nomad, Street Kid, or Corporate, or better known as Corpos. And each life path will spawn you to a different starting location in Night City. In the city where the story is set, of course. In every life path, V will have a different introductory quest line and equipment which will be connected to the specific origin that you chose. The Nomad life path will start V from the outskirts of Night City in the Badlands. As described in the in-game description, nomads roam the Badlands, loot scrapyards, and raid fuel depots. Life on the road is not easy for them, but growing up in a nomad clan has its perks. As the description goes, honesty, integrity, and love of freedom are the qualities that few in Night City possess and no amount of money can buy. So, based on that, if you choose to be a nomad, you're like the underdog that loots to survive, yet you hold on to the principles in life. The Street Kid life path, on the other hand, starts in a bar in Night City with a broken nose needing to get fixed. Street Kid in-game description says that people will say if you want to understand the street, you gotta live in them. Street kids are raised by gangs, fixers, dolls, and small-time pushers. Down in the streets, the law of the jungle dictates that the weak serve the strong. The only law in Night City you have yet to break. So, if you choose to be a street kid, that means you're strong-spirited, strong-willed character that wants to break the rules and change the system. In my opinion now, guys. All this is just in my opinion now. For the last life path, we're going to have the corporate headquarters where V starts as an Arasaka corporate agent in the Arasaka Tower. And the in-game description goes to say that few leave the corporate world with their lives, few are still with their souls intact. You've been there, you've bent the rules, you've exploited secrets and weaponized information. There's no such thing as a fair game, only winners and losers, and you intend to be the winner. Of course, if you choose a corporate V, you'll be the good gone bad type, who is constantly trapped in between good and evil choices. As you see, just by taking a quick read of the life paths, we can kind of get a feel on how things will get messy in the game. It's a peek on how the story will evolve, and we have to admit that there's drama crafted behind each of the descriptions of the life paths. It's great that CD Projekt Red did not forget to make great content on the in-game descriptions. It surely gives us hope and pretty much faith that the gameplay is going to be awesome. So we also have to mention that Cyberpunk is not the original brainchild of CD Projekt Red. It is actually a canonical series by Mike Pondsmith, which was originally a pen and paper RPG. So it was not yet put to video game at that time. It was a role-playing book for the younger generation watching. Yes, people used to play games that were written in books. It's a long story. But so when CD Projekt Red went to Mike Pondsmith, now let's keep this in mind that they were not the first to come to Mike Pondsmith and ask if they could do the game. However, Mike kept telling people no. When CD Projekt Red came and talked to him, he said yes. So that should tell you right there that if the inventor is online, you can pretty much guarantee this is going to be a hell of a game. Now, it retained most of the gameplay and characters. I just don't know if B has been in the books before or characters is a personal addition, or B's character is a personal addition by CD Projekt Red. I haven't played the RPG book. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't. Uh, you know, but I've been looking into it. So if any one of you knows if V's is a new character, let me know in the comments section, because I really would like to know. A few of the characters who will be still appearing in the video game version are Johnny Silverhand, of course, Alt Cunningham, and Morgan Blackhand. Johnny was a central character in the Cyberpunk series. He was also influential. He was an influential rocker boy and the lead singer of the rebellion band named Samurai. A little backstory: Johnny's girlfriend, who was Alt Cunningham, got kidnapped by thugs working for the mega corporation. For a mega corporation, excuse me. As they want to use Alt's programming skills to make software that could copy and download any netrunner's minds. Netrunners are super hackers in this game. So Johnny gathered some men, went on a rescue mission for Alt, but tragically, they were too late. Alt was dead, but her mind was preserved by Arasaka. So Johnny, along with another mercenary, Morgan Blackhand, planned to retrieve Alt's brain. They faced several obstacles along the way, and not much is known about what happened next. But legend has it that Johnny was gunned down and his body was never found. On Cyberpunk 2077, it was revealed that Johnny and Alt will be in the game as digital ghosts, who will probably guide V on his fight against the mega corporations. And of course, we also have to note that Johnny Silverhand is voiced by the real life legend, Keanu Reeves. That's definitely one of Cyberpunk 2077's charms. However, as for Morgan Blackhand, whether he appears or not in the video game version is not yet known. There will be more NPCs in the game than the three, of course, or two, because we're not sure about Morgan Blackhand. But Cyberpunk calls it character classes roles, of which there are 9 in the original rulebook. There will be the cops, who are authoritarians, corporates, who are the business people, fixers, who are brokers and smugglers, media, who work on information warfare, netrunners, who are the super hackers, of course, as I mentioned earlier, nomads, excuse me, who are unemployed and blacklisted, rocker boys, who are the charismatic, I'll get it said in a minute, guys, solos, who are hitmen and bodyguards, and the techies, of course, who are the off the record engineers. Uh, Now, keep in mind that in the 2077, the engineers and the tech runners or the net runners were too close, so they just went with the net runner. This character lineup surely says that there's a lot going on and a lot to go down in a chaotic city like Night City. Definitely the kind of thrill that we're looking for in an RPG. How about you? Mega corporations are going to be the main villains in the cyberpunk world. These are giant multinational companies that dominate the landscape. They will kill anyone who stands in their way. One of the biggest and most notable megacorps is this in this series is Arasaka, a huge Japanese corporation dealing with security. The one who killed Alt Cunningham, and we can expect there's going to be more evil conglomerates in the game too. Now, this is already getting way long enough, so that covers the basics you need to know about Cyberpunk 2077 and a little background for you. As I said again, the video that you're watching now is actually from Night City Wired, the new one that came out today. So if you want to see it, you can check them out on Twitch, or you can go to Cyberpunk 2077, and they will have those also posted today. And remember, November 19th, this year, is the release date. Plus, the multiplayer is also on the way and set to launch next year sometime. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out here, guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you like what I do, so YouTube notifies you when I upload new videos. We'd be happy to have you as part of our community. That's it for me. But before I go, I want you guys to always remember, you always have a friend here at the Viper's Pit. And no matter what you choose to do in life, as long as you put your mind to it, you can do it. I've got faith in you. And that's it for me. Holy Viper, out.